Hi, Barry Oglesby here from Kyuzo Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Mixed Martial Arts. We've just finished training here. It's a Wednesday night and something just came up in conversation after training, and the guys said I should get on the YouTube channel and have a chat about it, about their experiences and about my experiences coaching as well. And the guys who were talking to me about it were actually the over 30s. So we've got quite a lot of over 30s, quite a lot of OAPs in here, as we jokingly call them. And the thing that we want to talk about is how a lot of those guys actually started in their 30s, and indeed for some of them in their 40s. So we have a weight class sport in Jiu-Jitsu, very similar to boxing or MMA or anything like that, where we compete in weight classes, but we also compete in age categories. So there's 30 plussers are called masters, and then there's 36 plussers are called masters 2, 40 plussers masters 3, 46 plussers masters 4, and so on every 5 years. And the reason that's good is because it means that we have categories for all age groups. So you're not just stuck, if you want to compete, competing against the 25-year-old super athlete who's going out there for world championships, gold medals. You're going to compete against somebody who's at your level, at your weight, and also at your age category. And why that's important is it means that you can take up the sport pretty late and still go on to compete. So there are plenty of things where you can, of course, take up a sport. You can take up any sport you want at any stage in your life, but Jiu-Jitsu is one of those martial arts that actually doesn't really have athleticism and flexibility and all those things as a prerequisite. Of course, you'll pick those up as you go, but we get a lot of what we call Exers in here. So an Exer to us is an ex-footballer, ex-rugby player, ex-hurler, ex-basketball player, ex-gym goer, ex-weightlifter, that kind of thing. And what those people tell us is that they're finished with their sport, whatever it was, or their gym routine. They're kind of a bit bored with it. They've maybe either aged out of it, where they're getting a bit older and they can't compete for a place in the side. They've matured out of it. In other words, now they've got other responsibilities, like maybe they've got a busier job, a career they want to chase, children, a family at home, what have you. And they say to us, well, they wanted something with a little bit more flexibility, where they didn't have to train and compete to get a place on a team on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday morning. And Jiu-Jitsu offers them that flexibility, and it also offers them that competitive outlet where they can still go and compete, but as I said before, they're not going to necessarily be starting from zero. So, and having to compete against guys who are much younger than them and without all of those commitments. So it's great for that. It means that you can come in, you can still have a competitive sporting career, but you're starting with those age groups a little bit higher as well. The other thing that we find, and when I talk to the lads who've come through here, our beginners courses, they kind of say to us that, look, there's something unique about Jiu-Jitsu as well, where because it's quite technique heavy, and what I mean by that is that there's quite a lot of technique options. Something like, for example, sprinting is very simple, right? You learn how to run and you run in one direction, but in Jiu-Jitsu you're fighting an opponent, so there's lots of different options, lots of different techniques to choose from and to fit your style. It means that you don't necessarily have to be quick, you don't necessarily have to be strong, you don't necessarily have to be tall or short, stocky, lean, or anything like that. It means because of the massive amount of techniques and things to choose from, you can kind of build and style your own game and your own way of doing things that suits you. And why I think that's really important for people who have maybe, I shouldn't use the word advancing years, because 30 or 40 isn't old anymore. It's not the age it used to be. It really becomes important because you do pick up injuries over time, and you do have a different lifestyle where perhaps you're in an office chair all day, and you've got maybe a bad knee that you picked up when you were like 18 or 19, and having that amount of techniques and that ability to adapt your own style to Jiu-Jitsu means that you can kind of avoid those things that hurt you and avoid those things that aggravate injuries, and it actually works pretty well. Now, that being said, I don't want to make it sound like it's a pillow fight. It's still Jiu-Jitsu. It's still a tough sport, but it's at a level, I suppose, where we can cater here for your age category, for your size, for your strength level, all of those things, and we can cater for that in your training. And as I said, then as the better you get, the more you can build around that yourself, and you'll know what you're capable of, and you'll know what you're not capable of. So it's really good for Exers, as I said, you know. The other type of person it's really good for is somebody who's, and we get this an awful lot as well. People come to us and they say, guys, listen, you know, I'm bored with the gym. We hear this so many times, it's not even funny. So bored with the gym usually means that people have been in the gym since they were, you know, I don't know, maybe in their 20s, and they've just lifted weights, and they've run on treadmills, they've skied on the skier thing that doesn't go in any snow, and they've run on the bike that doesn't go on the road, or run on the bike, they've pedaled on the bike that doesn't go on the road, you know, that just stays in the same spot. And they're bored out of their tree, basically, and they want something that's a new challenge. They want something that's going to get them fit, but with something that they can learn, and that's going to actually give them something at the end of it. So we get a lot of people from that. The other thing as well is, I think, from personal experience, from talking to a lot of people again, it's very, very hard to go from playing a sport or from being active, quite sporty, and being in a team environment and being in a dressing room or with a group of people. It's very hard to quit that, go into a gym environment, as in a commercial gym environment where everybody wears headphones and looks straight ahead. And I think, you know, certainly I know if I go into a commercial gym, I miss the interaction with people as well. I miss that environment. So I think when people come out of sports and they go into commercial gyms, you know, as that is their next fitness option, I don't think it suits them very well, or certainly doesn't suit a lot of people. So it's good to come to Jiu-Jitsu, it's good to be in among everybody. So you're in among the lads, you're in among the girls here, and we all kind of, there's plenty of banter and plenty of back and forth as well while we're training. So it's also good for that. So listen, we've got a beginner's course starting early November, first Monday in November. It's your last chance to get on our beginner's course in 2018. So I've been told by Teresa, who looks after all the memberships, to make sure and remind anybody who's interested in coming down, this is the last opportunity in 2018 to start out from the beginning of the beginner's class. As I said, we've got lots of extras there. Don't worry if you're listening to this video or watching this video and you're saying to yourself, well, actually, Barry, I'm not over 30, so don't worry about that. We've got lots of people, obviously, from 18 right through to 40 something, and they're all starting the beginner's class. So first Monday in November, we'd love to see you down here, regardless of your age category. And yeah, it'd be great to see you, and make sure you fill out the form, get in touch with us, and we'll hook you up. Thanks for watching.